Hi everyone, and welcome to another Facebook, now just Instagram live session. And this is our session number 24 that I hold every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Brisbane time. And tonight I will be talking about the 2020 New Year resolution to be recognized as an engineer in Australia. Sorry guys, I've got somebody asking in Telegram. I'll just say, yeah, just started in Instagram only. All right. So, do you have as one of your New Year resolution to have your engineering qualification recognized here in Australia? If yes, put in the comments. Just tell me how enthusiastic you are to get your engineering qualification recognized in this year, 2020. Yeah, I'll see if I can have it live in. I don't believe we can. No, it doesn't have. Okay, but first, for those that don't know me, my name is Gerson Ida, and I'm the founder of www.engineersinaustralia.com, a website to share content of value and useful information to help you in your journey to validate your engineering qualification in Australia. And on my website, I also share information about workplace health and safety here in Australia, environmental management, and the day-to-day of engineering in Australia, and sometimes when it happens, some job opportunities as well. And if you stay until the end with me, I will give you my free ebook that I wrote about the 10 challenges that most overseas engineers they face when they arrive in Australia. Welcome everyone in Instagram. Sorry, but my Facebook live transmission or live session, for some whatever reason, yeah, it didn't work. I tried to start a couple of times, but yeah, it didn't work. Well, this is the first year of the new decade, and there is no better timing to commit yourself to a big step in 2020. The dream to be recognized as an engineer in Australia and create the opportunity to open many doors for your professional fulfillment. But unfortunately, this dream does not come cheap. There are several obstacles between you and your final validation outcome. And tonight, I will be talking about 3 of them. There's a lot of obstacles between you and your final validation outcome. But tonight, I'll be talking about 3 obstacles, so you can get started with the right foot in 2020 towards your validation journey. So let's get down to the business. Obstacle number 1. And these obstacles, they are obstacles that I hear frequently. And they're not in particular order, but they are important. And tonight, obstacle number 1 is I don't have time. That's very common. A lot of engineers, they say, I don't have time to start my validation process. And I often hear people saying they do not have time to focus on the validation process, either because they're busy with the school, they're busy with the work, they're working too much to save money, or the day is too short with just 24 hours, and so on. But the truth is, time is equal to everybody. every single person in this world has the same 24 hours to invest in what's important for them. So if your reason to not validate your qualification in 2020 is, I don't have time, perhaps it's a time to be honest with yourself and recognize that this is not just your priority right now. There are many things we do during the day that steal our useful time, and we don't even notice that we could be investing 1, 2, even 3 hours per day if our focus is on one particular item or thing. Stop a little bit and reflect, how long do you spend using, for example, social media like Facebook, Instagram, watching funny videos on YouTube or WhatsApp, interacting with the WhatsApp groups, or that favorite series in Netflix. If you add up all those times, you'll be surprised that it will easily be more than 1, 2, even 3 hours every day. And this is a time that you could be investing in your validation process. I guarantee to you that if you invest 1, 2, 3 hours a day in your validation process, you will be doing the whole documentation, the reports, the continuing professional development, the career episodes. You will be gathering all the documents in 1 or 2 months. Not counting that you could go to sleep 1 hour later and waking up 1 hour earlier as well. So think about it when you say, sorry, but I don't have time. We all manage our own time. It's a matter of what is a priority for me. Obstacle number 2 is very similar to number 1. It is, I don't have money. This is another common reason why people don't start their validation process. Obviously, there are some fees that you gotta pay. You gotta pay the Engineers Australia fees. There are costs to translate documents. Perhaps you engage an immigration agent to work with you, and other professional costs that may be involved in this process. And you think you're short of money to get started. And as the previous obstacle, that you don't have time, the main reason is there is a high chance that the validation process is not your priority again. But you can say that your bank statement is very low. You don't have enough balance in your bank, that you really don't have any money. Obviously, it can happen. In this case, fair enough, your situation could even be worse than many other people. You could even be in debt or owing people money. But I have seen many people saying that they don't really have any money and then later on just posting social media about their dream trip. They're traveling to an overseas location. And there's nothing wrong to enjoying life and travel with friends and people that you like and love to a place you always wanted to visit. But don't blame the lack of money to not start your validation process. It just happened that in that particular time, your priority was not to validate your qualification, but it was to travel to your dream place before. I did that many times. I did that when I started my validation process. In the middle of the process, my wife and I, we ended up going to Fiji. It was our dream to travel to Fiji. So we took 3 weeks break and we went to Fiji. We spent some money, and that was a money that probably could have helped to accelerate my validation process. But at that time, it was a priority for us to travel. Maybe because at that time we didn't have plans to stay in Australia. So we wanted to take the advantage that we were in Australia and travel to a place which from Brazil is much more difficult to travel. But others, they ended up spending their money in leisure activities going out, having that special dinner with a girlfriend or boyfriend. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. You can go and have dinner, go to a nightclub, to a pub, have your drinks, do whatever you want. But just don't fool yourself with the excuse that you don't have money to pay for the validation expenses. One way to fund yourself and challenge yourself to raise money, and obviously not just for the validation, but for many other things you like to do, is to list 50 things. So you can list 50 things you could do with integrity, of course, to save or to raise money. And it can go from selling stuff in Gumtree, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, canceling that movie subscription that you don't watch anymore, that weekly takeaway that you have, and so on. But you need to reach number 50. The first 30 or 40 items are the obvious stuff that you can do. I can sell a bicycle that I don't ride anymore. I can stop going out every Wednesday. Maybe I'll go out just every second Wednesday, and so on. And you will be surprised with the things you can do when you reach between the 40 and the 50 things. So think about it. Obstacle number 3. It could be lack of information. This is probably the start of everything. A lot of people know what they want to do. They have certainty that they would like to be recognized as an engineer in Australia. Some people in Brazil, for example, or in their own country, they could be thinking and watching this live session, thinking, one day or this year, I would like to validate my engineering qualification, and I would like to apply for my visa, and I would like to migrate to Australia. My dream is to live in Australia. They may have the certainty to do this, but they just don't know what the process is. What are the steps they need to follow to take them closer to their dream? Other people have the opposite. They have researched several sources of information. They have read the Engineers Australia booklet several times, and now they are overloaded with information. Both scenarios are not good, as both will not help you with your validation journey. You end up stuck in just one place, and there is a big chance that you will delay, even worse, give up of your dream. This is one of the reasons why I've created my site, www.engineersinaustralia.com, and I've recorded more than 50 videos. Well, if you think that this is session number 24, just in live sessions there are 24 sessions, recorded videos, plus another 50 videos in Facebook. So, in my YouTube channel. And I'm doing all of this just to provide you with a content that can help you to understand the pathways to be followed and to explain in details what you need to do in order to get your engineering qualification recognized in Australia. So, if you are one of these that are stuck in the validation process, you can certainly benefit of being part of my subscription list, for example. As you probably know, my website, you can subscribe to my website for free, and you get my emails with free content and information, and notifications of when I'm releasing new content to help you in this validation process. And it's very, pleasing. Just this week and last week, I got few messages in my WhatsApp group from engineers that they were following my content, and they've applied for the validation process, and they told me that their application have been approved by Engineers Australia, and they wanted to make sure to let me know, because for one reason or another my content and information helped them to get their application approved. So I'm very happy with that, and this is certainly one of the main reasons why I'm doing this. I would like to help people to get their application approved by Engineers Australia. There are many difficulties and hurdles that I faced when I started and I did my process, and I wouldn't like you guys to have the same problems. And to further help this, I will be hosting a free online workshop next month in February, most likely mid-February, where I'll be sending the videos with a lot of content to the emails of those subscribed to my website. And if you have any question, you can certainly leave your questions in the comments. You can certainly send a question in my email. But remember, the problem that you have today usually is the solution. For example, if you don't have time to invest in your validation process because you have to work a lot to save money for the validation process, the solution could be that you need to validate your qualification to enable you to get a better job so you can make more money and therefore not work too much to make the same amount of money. Think about it. And tonight, well guys, I hope you have enjoyed the content, and if you're still not subscribed to my website, please subscribe now to get it in your email inbox. News and updates and videos about the engineering qualification validation process, job opportunities, and the day-to-day of an engineer in Australia. I will type in the comments my website. If you don't know yet, it's www.engineersinaustralia.com. And then, as promised, I will put the links so you can get my free ebook that I wrote about the 10 challenges that most overseas engineers they face when they arrive in Australia. You can request your free PDF by clicking the link that I'm just going to paste in the comments below. Again, bit.ly at ebook 10 challenges. Just make sure that you observe the capital letters because the link is sensitive, and I've written certainly in Portuguese as well. So the link, if you want to download in Portuguese, is www.bit.ly/ebook 10 desafios. And if you want to send me an email with your questions, engineersinaustralia.com, or suggestions for future videos, you can send me an email. I'll certainly make an effort to reply to the email. And again, mid-February next month, I will be hosting a free online workshop about the validation process, and it will have few videos. I will be having also live sessions on Instagram for those that don't have or not part of my Telegram group. Well, what is Telegram? Well, Telegram is like a WhatsApp. It's an app that I've got a special group in my Telegram called Engineering Qualification Validation, and in that Telegram group I post audios, I send notifications, I let people know when I send an email to their email inbox, because sometimes when I send emails, my emails can be going to your spam or junk mail. So every time that if you receive my email, it's very important that you save my email address as favorites, so it doesn't really go to the spam or junk mailbox, because pretty much all my communications, the important communications, are via email. So it's very important that you save my email address, admin@engineersinaustralia.com, as favorites. It's important that you put and participate in my Telegram group. If you don't have my Telegram group, when you go to my website www.engineersinaustralia.com, you will find how to be part of my Telegram group. And if you can't find it, send me an email and I will be sending you the link. So I hope you have enjoyed this live session. If you have any questions, please send in the comments there. If you're watching this video after the live session and you have a questions, send me by email, or you can access my YouTube channel. Put your comments in my YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It makes my channel obviously stronger and makes YouTube to understand that you are liking and you're enjoying the content, and it will distribute to more people that are relevant. If you like the video, then give me a like in the YouTube video. It motivates me to record and prepare more videos. And next Tuesday, 7 p.m. again, I will be having another live session, Facebook and Instagram, and hopefully the Facebook will work. I thank you very much, guys. If there's no questions, we'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.